going to film us making a shave horse. Ian's made some plans on SketchUp, so we're going to be following those, and we'll get cutting.
Again, the saw's going to cut as you push away, so you get started there. Just let the saw do the work. See the reflection in there, in the sun. If that lines up, so that you've got a straight line all the way through, you're cutting dead square to that surface.
So we've done all the cutting, and we've got the place where you sit and the bed out of 2x6. Then we've got the vertical components of the treadle out of 2x3, and then the 4 leg pieces out of 2x4. This is a bit complicated because they've got compound angles, so they've got the legs are angled in 2 planes, and that just helps with stability. So we've marked out the bits for the leg, and what we're going to do now is we're going to cut it out. I'm using a crosscut saw, and I'm going to do it several times along the plank, and that's just going to make it a bit easier when we come to chiselling things out. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure out and cut the angles on the leg pieces, so it'll end up looking a bit like this. Okay, so for the next bit, Ian's going to take over. His bench is set up left-handed, which makes this bit a bit tricky for me to do, and it's a more complicated cut as well. Okay, so we've done all the leg bits, and what we're going to do before we glue the leg bits on is drill all the holes we need to do in the main part. So at the moment we're going to drill a hole for the pivot. So So we started it off on a pillar drill, but it's a bit too thick to go all the way through, so Ian's finishing it off on the bracing bit. What we're doing now is we're just making the pivot point for the top plate. So Ian's going to cut a section out of the bottom to join two pieces together. So we're going to put the pivot together. We've got the top and the bottom and the pivot bed and a bolt. Okay, so you can see it moves freely up and down, which means that when you're working on the shave horse, the top and the bottom parts don't get caught up with each other. Okay, so we're going to move on and glue the leg pieces. When we first did them, we labelled them A, B, C and D, so it should be easy to match them up. And Ian's pre-drilled holes for the screws to hold them in while the glue dries. So what we're doing now is we're putting some gussets on the legs. They're going to help when we're actually using the shave horse, giving the legs a bit more strength and stopping them from flexing. So we're going to drill the pivot holes in the two treadle pieces. Ian's got them one on top of each other, just so we go through the same place on each one.